pressure that that offers.
Maybe.
Ready Navi getting almost an entire team wipe, able to take control of the point, and they begin to set up for the doorway hold to make sure that they can't even get onto the point.
Has some room to shuffle up, and Spyglass is actually looking to go off of the Ultron, despite that being something that they wanted to put some priority into. It's going to go onto the Jeff to sort of have a bit of shark-on-shark action. The Feast of the Abyss. It's a lot actually that Navi are dedicating to this fight, despite having full control of the point, and also Ninja Creamer having a lot of players already gone down.
No, out you go. See you later. 2 more down. Fate able to send the Hulk down to their doom. And yeah, Navi, I think this might just be 100-0 at the first stage. There is a chance for Portalize. I do not believe Strange was banned out, but already time contest. They're starting to hold, and they are getting the flip. Navi forced back off the point.
Okay, maybe it was a bit speaking too soon. It was a good fight. I think it was Coco that started off getting that first elimination and able to just springboard off of it a little bit more. And you still have like a lot to rely on for NJC to be able to stall this out a bit. But it's more like the focus of Navi. Their target priority is solid, and if they can get Trust Me, Level 1 Crook and Jerky all diving on the same person with the help of Rajaro, it might not even be too much more for them. Realistically, that can't be enough. That almost feels like it's a little bit hubris creeping in, but if you've got the firepower to just break through like this, just ignore what I'm saying. Run whatever strategists you want, because that firepower is too much for anybody to deal with.
Hulk smash going into the Monster Hulk form, immediately getting bopped, and to deny the spawn.
Oh no.
Goodbye. Absolutely gorgeous by Fate. Literally just burning through time right now, taking Doctor Strange out of the point. Can he get him off? No, actually gets him caught in the terrain, but it doesn't.
Mad scientist with some of this stuff with the theory that comes into play. And so yeah, you're right, it's niche, but it's working so far for Navi, at least to an extent.
But now Spyglass has finally moved on. I called it earlier. Here comes the Adam Warlock. They realize they're getting picked off. Might as well just keep trying. More chances to get, the more opportunities you have to actually try and win a fight. They've also got Duty-Free Lose, who's actually being... That's another. They've abandoned Adam. They need Jeff to get back to the point faster.
That was just a Thanos snap. It was just done. Instant, like, jump in and elimination taken down from Navi. And I mean, they're the kind of differences, really. Just if you can find that Achilles heel for NJC whilst they tried to set up, you have a rough idea on what ultimates haven't been used for a while, so they're in the back pocket or at least being charged up. Try and take out these targets. He managed to isolate the Jeff on his own, and I was going to say he was going to be the next elimination on the list for Navi, but no, instead Level 1 Crooks found another 2 somewhere else in this fight.
It doesn't even matter. People are starting to come in.
Yeah, this is Navi feeling a little bit warmed up and used to the fact, like, world champions up against a team that has come through the upper qualifiers, I think, that hasn't had much of a chance to play Ignite. I don't want to say Coffin Baby versus Atomic Bomb quite. It's not like, oh, I really just want to play Lunar Snow. Like, you flex players can be on the other strategies. No, they're like, give us the fun, crazy, kooky characters, and we will play them, even not in a triple strategist setup. Just because we know the numbers and what we can actually do to get away with this one. But I also do like the all cornered in by their own volition. But whilst that sort of reach around came through, you have got Jerky just up on the high ground, being able to pot shot from distance. He's not built up his ultimate to any meaningful degree as of yet, but it does really feel that NJC are not really in a position where they want to be taking this fight here. They're being forced into it.
Naga wins the run back on the 1v1. They actually just had Rajaro hiding for that entire time, just hanging out. Here comes a range of Ultron, and they're trapped in a corner. That's not where you want to be. The angry robot is taking everything down. Poor
Navi's name in the elimination feed. And NJC are still holding on. Okay, finally they're giving it up in the end. But there was a good hold there towards the end. It was just pretty much at the precipice.
Freeloos tried to yeet themselves onto the point to buy time, but not only did they overshot, but they also weren't there in time, meaning that the point does go over to Navi. Their
players are brought back into this engagement, and Rajaro, it's felt a little bit like bullying this whole series so far.
It really did. As they make their way on, Coco gets completely targeted down by the Starlord and is able to retreat back to their team, but they're already getting zoned, so they can't set up. Here comes Trust Me again, continuing to just chase them all the way. They only just got point 2 and just keeps going. Teemo's finally able to get onto Naga once again. Spy was taken out a second time, meaning the cocoon was not available, so they have to go all the way back to spawn, but they're not building charge. All the Proteus comes on in, and that's enough. Trust Me has fallen. They can bleed.
It's happened. It was never going to be the perfect game, but can you just imagine a Vanguard has a perfect series where he doesn't go down? That would be cruel, I think. But now they actually have
actual hug themselves.
Oh my god.
And now it's just one by one coming in, getting focused down. The BRB does bring back Free Lose to try and make them up to the point, but they just won't reach in time.
2.5 minutes on the clock for Navi. Leisurely stroll, I think, is how you're like, there's no way that he lets this happen. But yeah, Trust Me is going to be back pretty much in an instant. He might even be back now. Yeah, he's there. He's managed to swing in, so it's pretty much a free charge of going for that play, but it was never going to work for Trust Me.
Oh dear, they're going to go in for the hold into that choke win. They're actually pushing them all the way back to spawn again. Oh no, Ryan, they take them down again. NJC sent to spawn. They're going to stagger Hulk. Free Lose. He's being punished. No.
It was also like Free Lose, he was brought down to Hulk form and he was jumping onto the payload at the end of their defense that we just saw. And just Jerky just hits.
Continuing to just play so well. They actually even let Fate get the final hits there because they want to make sure that he's the one who builds up the ult charge. Just magnificent.
Yeah. And I think it's worth being clear as well. I think Navi would do this to the majority of teams that are actually in Ignite for EMEA. I don't think this isn't the NJC that are just not good enough for the cloth of EMEA squads. I think this is just Navi know how to make the meta work for them now. And especially after, I think, losing against Chopped in a third-party tournament, I think they kind of go, okay, yeah, we can not let that happen again.
They've been cooking, they've been practicing, and they're moving.
Taking it towards playoffs. The upper bracket is going to be a bit decided when NJC having to wait till next week potentially to get their spot. Oh, the portal play again. You've got the Jeff going through, but the bulwark actually good from the Magneto to protect Doctor Strange.
Oh, well.
Is only good enough to protect Doctor Strange, and Fate is even going to take himself out in the process too.
Making sure the Invisible Woman doesn't leap back onto the map. They're guaranteed taking out both strategists, which, unsurprisingly, is why we are seeing multiple members of NJC getting taken down. But here's their opportunity with a level 1 Crook down, and Fate can return it from spawn. Carmen Revivals bringing them back, but there's Trust Me already in position, buying time.
And what's that on the clock? 10 seconds. So the music is starting to... The results the same as...
The lower bracket, they are not out yet. They still have a chance. The double strategist in round 1...
On win gave us something bright.